Good evening and God bless you. In 1850, Louisa Stead was born in England. She moved to the United States in 1871 and married in 1875. And she soon gave birth to a beautiful daughter, Lily. And in 1880, when Lily was 4 years old, she and her husband and their beautiful daughter were picnicking on a sandy knoll at Long Island Sound when their day and lives were forever interrupted by the shrill screams of a young boy who was drowning in the waters just below them. Mr. Stead, without hesitation, ran down the embankment into the waters in an effort to save the young boy. But sadly and tragically, as Louisa and her daughter Lily looked on helplessly, Mr. Stead and the young boy both drowned. In the many months that followed, Louisa and Lily, being destitute from the death of Louisa's husband and Lily's father, lived in abject poverty. But Louisa did not turn to anger and bitterness. Instead, she leaned, as she had her entire life, but even more so, in trust and faith on our Heavenly Father, who was faithful and provided and saw them through. And sometime during those following months, Louisa penned these words, which were published as a hymn in 1882. 'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus and to take him at his word, just to rest upon his promise, just to know thus saith the Lord. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I've proved him o'er and o'er. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for faith to trust him more. Oh, how sweet to trust in Jesus, just to trust his cleansing blood, and in simple faith to plunge me 'neath the healing, cleansing flood. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I've proved him o'er and o'er. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for faith to trust him more. Yes, 'tis sweet to trust in Jesus, just from sin and self to cease, just from Jesus simply taking life and rest and joy and peace. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I've proved him o'er and o'er. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for faith to trust him more. I'm so glad I learned to trust thee, precious Jesus, Savior, friend. And I know that thou art with me, will be with me to the end. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I've proved him o'er and o'er. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for faith to trust him more. Oh, for faith to trust him more. God bless you. Good night.